Most bookbinding is done with 3 basic knots. The first of these is the square knot, or as a scout will call it, a reef knot. You start by putting the left over the right and twist it around, and then right over left. Twist it again around, pull it together, and you form a reef knot, or a square knot. Scout masters love this knot because it's easily undone and they can get kids to do it over and over again. Bookbinders use the square knot to join the first 2 sections together. So after you've sewn down one section, back up the second section, the 2 sections need to be joined together, usually at the head. So you do a reef knot, left over right, right over left. Or in this case, right over left, left over right. And as all scouts will tell you, if you go right over left followed by right over left, that's a granny knot, which is a no-no in the scouts, but it's probably going to hold in this case. After the first 2 sections, all subsequent sections are connected with the kettle stitch. Kettle stitch is simple enough. You put the needle through the sections immediately below the one that's just been added, form a loop and put the needle up through the loop, gently pull it tight, just tight, don't over tighten it. Again, rotate the needle through. If you push it straight through, then there's a chance you'll pierce the paper. Make the loop, put the needle up through the loop and just gently pull the knot tight, and then go into the kettle stitch location on the next section. When attaching the last section, you do a double kettle stitch, which is simply 2 kettle stitches, one after the other in the same location. Eventually you'll run out of thread, in which case you'll have to add another piece of thread. This is done with the weaver's knot. The weaver's knot's a slip knot formed by making a loop and then pushing another loop through the first loop. Pull the first loop tight, then the second loop, you put the thread that you're extending through that, you pull it gently tight, just tight enough so that you can move it back and forth, so you can put it in the exact location you want it. Once you have it located properly, pull the original 2 pieces of string tight and the knot will click and lock into place. weaver's knot can be a frustrating knot some days. Some days it just doesn't want to click. In which case, just pull it apart, it'll slide through easily, and retie the knot. The only trick I know for when you get a run of 3 or 4 knots that just won't click is to not get upset about it, because I think the more upset you get about it, the more that the knot will try and frustrate you. Just try and keep zen about it, and eventually it'll work. Third time lucky. If you're my age, mid-20s or maybe double that, then you're probably familiar with the best-selling novel, The Shipping News. In this novel, there's a thread running through it to do with knots, and it references this book, the Ashley Book of Knots. I looked up a bookbinding knot in the Ashley Book of Knots, and there is one. The bookbinder's knot is employed when sewing leaves of a book. But it didn't look familiar to me at all, so I had to try tying it. As I was pulling the knot tight, it clicked. This knot's the weaver's knot. And as the book says, it is identical in form with the left-handed sheet bend, a knot that I'm very familiar with from my scouting days.